Gail or Gina, can you pray for us as we get started? I'll let you guys decide.
Do you want me to go, Gail?
Sure. Oh,
Okay, all right, I'll pray for us. God, we thank you for a chance to pause for a moment, to take a breath, to look at something bigger than ourselves. We thank you for this time together. We thank you for all the work you're doing across the United States and across the world. We are just humbled and grateful for the opportunity to be a small part of what you're doing. We ask that you would guide this time together. We do pray for the fires in North LA, for the snowstorm in Central and East, other things going on. God, we ask you just to work in the really big ways and in the small connections that people have in the midst of struggles. And yes, we just give you this time and ask that you guide our conversation. And we thank you for the opportunity to be here. In Jesus' name, amen.
amen. And I have forgotten to hit record, or as it is recording for some reason. Okay, I guess it is recording. Okay, so a couple things here before we really get going here. First of all, if you're able to have your screen on, it just creates more of a better interactive call. If you're not and you're driving or whatever, that's okay. But if you're able to, it just makes a way better kind of call when we can see each other. Okay, so I want to share with you, if I could, I did this for the at least last year, maybe the year before, 8 goals for Lover Cities in 2025. Okay. And so, and as I'm saying this, I'm also looking at you guys going, if you have goals written down for your city for this year, Danielle and I would love to see them and to pray for you and to pray for these goals and just to hear from you and any questions or interactions you want to have regarding that, that'd be great. But so I want to, yeah, invite you to share your goals with us. So here's our goals for Lover Cities 2025. Okay, number one is strengthening our board. Um, we want to have a board that is more numerous and just amazing people on the board. I want to share with you, here's our, share my screen here. Here's our board. If you go to our website, by the way, if you haven't been to our website yet in a while, cruise through our website and you kind of get to see an overview of what we're doing. By the way, our book, I just saw this morning, is 40% off on Amazon right now. There's only 11 copies left. So heads up, if you haven't got a book yet, if you want to share it, please do. Okay, so if you go to About Us on our website, you'll see, here's our board members. There's Chuck Bryant, and you click on the Q, you see a little, or the magnifying glass, you get to learn a little more about each one. Rick and Gina on the call have joined our board the last few months. And then Jay, so we got 3 practitioners, Jay with Fullerton, Gina Colorado Springs, and Rick in Orange. And then Chuck and John have really been with this from the very beginning, very, very beginning. And then myself. So we are looking and praying for, my goal is 3 more board members in 2025. And the kind of people we're looking for are, certainly ones that share our faith, involved and passionate about community transformation, people of influence, well networked and connect and with connections to help us get more cities to join Lover Cities, access to funding opportunities, and connections of those who do, people from all different backgrounds and perspectives, and people from all over the world, our country, all over our country and world would be amazing as well. So if you have any recommendations, if you know anyone that you would recommend, let me know. That's how this thing works here. So then also, I'm going to say our staff team strength. And here's our lean, mean staff. We're all very part-time, by the way. So if you think that we've got a huge staff and tons of money in the bank, you're fooled. We don't. But we're making it happen, which is amazing. We're each using our gifts and our time very efficiently to make this thing happen here. But man, I would love for this year, when we could raise some more funds, that we could have some more tech support to better serve you guys. I think so. Someone to work with John, even at 10 hours a week, would be amazing. And then also social media and marketing. we have not marketed all of our cities. We just basically respond to calls that come in. We don't have time, you know. But if we had someone, you know, that is gifted in social media and gifted in marketing, that'd be amazing to add to our team this year. So that is a goal. Don't know if it's going to happen, but it is a goal to have. Number three, citywide volunteer days. Last year we had 18 new cities or counties that joined us last year. And so this year we have a goal of, hey, and that was pretty ambitious last year. So if we could have 10 new active cities and counties, that would be amazing. Just talked to a city yesterday. They want to jump on board. So first city of this year. Last year we had 28,575 volunteers. The best we know, you know, this year our goal is over 30,000 volunteers for our volunteer day. So we want to keep growing these volunteer days. Number four is Volunteer Central. Our goal is to add maybe up to 10 of your cities to Volunteer Central this year. We're ready. We've been piloting this thing. We've been getting all the kinks out. By the end of this month, Fullerton will be the next pilot city. And so we're ready to go here. We're ready to get this thing moving here. We'll share more about Volunteer Central in a little bit here. Number five is to grow our media presence. Like I said, our social media, our quarterly newsletter, website views, videos. Of course, that is dependent on marketing and social media. I don't know if you knew this, but our quarterly newsletter, we send a quarterly newsletter out four times a year. And it's more informational. It's about stories, it's about profiling your cities. It's not about asking for money. It's just about celebrating this network of cities that we have doing this together. And in our emails, we have over 55,000 email contacts that this email goes out to. And consistently, we get a 52 to 58% open rate when this quarterly newsletter goes out. So we get and I get so many great email responses back from people from all over saying, I love my city, and this is amazing going on here. And so it's really cool just to see kind of us kind of united in this. Number five, I think we're at, engage at least 5 new potential donors or grants. And we do have a grant writer. We haven't got anything yet, but we're hoping and praying that to get national funding. I'm learning, trying to raise local funds is a whole lot easier than raising national funds because local people want their money to stay locally. So been more challenging than I thought it would be. But that's why it's a goal and we're praying about it. To grow our golf tournament auction by 10%. This will be our 11th or 12th year of our golf tournament and auction. And every year it keeps growing. It's amazing. And so we're hoping that continues this year. Then finally, and this is super important, that we haven't done before, we've kind of done it informally, but not formally, is have a 3-year strategic plan developed and in place. And I don't know if any of you guys have any of that for your cities, but it's super important to have a North Star, you know, because it's so easy to get distracted on good things rather than doing the best things that we're called to do, and that can make the biggest difference. And so I know we as a board and as a staff, and we'll be interviewing a lot of you as well to get your honest input and advice and direction so we could have a 3-year clear plan, you know, in place so that we can be as most impactful as possible. So that's my goals. Any questions, any thoughts, insights that you have after hearing those? All right. Thumbs up.
I
Thank
like the thumbs up.
So, and again, I would love to hear yours from your city, and it'd just be fun just to learn from each other. Yeah, and just to celebrate each other and to help each other, encourage each other. I think that's what Love Our Cities really is about. Yeah, we have our website and our sign up Volunteer Central and our technology, but really it's about a community, is that we all are part of cities that we're not that much different. It might be 15 degrees in your city right now, or it might be 60 in my city right now, whatever. But you know what? We all have similar challenges, similar joys, and let's do this journey together. I think that's the really cool thing about what we have here. Okay, Danielle, over to you.
Yep. Want me to take it away?
Yes, take it away.
Cool. So a part of just kind of these goals, and one of our goals has always been to continue to make the website as best as it can be. And so that is something, if you've been around for 1 second or several years, you know that, well, I guess 3 years, John and I are working really hard all the time to do it. And so kind of going off what Jeff said too is, John and I work part-time, and I'm very part-time. And so we are able to do a lot with that. And I think we're quite efficient with the hours that we have. And so just trying to share with you guys, we not only are working hard, but we're trying to truly give you the best product that we can. And so I wanted to share just a few updates that you guys will see on your websites, but like right now, and things to come that John and I are working on in like the next 2 months or so. And so I'm going to share my screen and then go from there. So 1 second. I have like a gazillion tabs open for this reason, but okay. All right. So can you all see, should be Love Snoqualmie Valley? Is that right? Awesome. I have to move this. Dang. When the tab bar gets in the way, it's so annoying. Okay. So a few of the updates that we have made are specifically on the lists. And so you will see on your, like any of your lists on your site will now have toggle buttons down at the bottom. And so your toggle page buttons, so before it was kind of just an arrow, and honestly, it was kind of annoying for people, and that's fair. And so now you have page numbers, but also you can do previous or next, depending on how you want to do that. Also, a search bar for all of the lists. So whether that's your projects, your events, your contacts, your all of them. I saw Gina give a hoorah for that. Again, we're just, I mean, some of it may feel a little bit like a slow roll, but you have to realize that it's going through every single website and changing the coding for all of that. And so we are working on it. And so search bars, toggle buttons, and there was another thing. Sarah Abrams, I got your email. I've been out. I came back in on Monday. So, but I got your email about one thing we're missing as we updated this, the mark the waiver as signed that did not get transferred over. So we are working on that. I promise it'll be there again. But it all looks very similar, but again, so you can now toggle, you can search, and you can just go directly into those contacts again, which is really, really awesome. The other, I'm going to stop sharing for a second here. The other thing that I am very excited to share with you is a new front end desktop version of your projects. And so this is 90% live. So John and I are still kind of just figuring out a couple of these, finite little details. But this is now a version that if you want this on your projects for your website, you can now choose this project module. So I'm picking on Love Orange right now. I had Jamie's permission to add this to her page. And so you, as a user or a volunteer, so you can click on show me the projects or volunteer or whatever your title is, and be able to actually sort through which categories, which event, which type of project you want to look at, And this is instead of those red boxes at the top that you guys are familiar with. You can also now search for a project from that desktop. So this has been huge, and I think it looks really clean, and just way more user friendly when it comes to searching for a project or looking for one. So I'm pumped about that. And as John and I kind of just complete these little details on this to make sure it works 100%, we will let you guys know, like, hey, if you want to run with this module now, it is good to go. And I will send an email out to the city leaders to you guys to say it's good to go. So those are a couple things just that you may see that have been added to your sites. Are there any questions right now so far that you can think of or say, hey, that looks great, or that looks terrible? Any thoughts, concerns, questions?
Yes, I just want to say I was cheering watching through all of that because that's so great. I'm super, super pumped and excited about all of that. So very, very good job. And the only question I have is, do we need to choose anything to make it look like that, or is it automatically going to come through like that from now on?
You'll switch your module on your page. So like right now on your front end, it's like yes. So you'll have to switch it, but depending on how quickly everyone is like, I want this now, I can work through that with you to make that quick change. So that's what I'll say. Yeah. Any other thoughts before I move on to things that are in the works? Awesome.
I got real quick.
Oh,
I was just
yeah.
thinking a little off to the side. Can everyone put your volunteer day dates in the chat? So that we have those, because I think, yeah, right now I think we're at least 4 months out from our first volunteer days starting in April, but I'm not for sure because I don't know everybody's dates yet. So if you can put all your dates you're planning on this year in the chat, then we can gather those. Second thing is the color is orange. Is that kind of syncing with For Love Orange?
That is
You don't,
correct.
okay, but most of us will have red.
All the others are red, yes.
Okay.
But Love Orange is orange.
How does Les Orange get special treatment? Oh, yeah, because he's a board member. That's why he gets special treatment.
That is not why it was like this before. No, I think it's awesome. Laguna Beach, yours is blue, I think, too. Yeah, and so, they liked that color, and orange makes sense. My favorite is using the orange up in their logo. I think that's so smart. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing and kind of just walk through some things that are in the works. Talk that out with you guys. So one of the things is that, so like currently when someone signs up and registers for a project, they get a confirmation email. That's great. It's wonderful, but it doesn't actually have all the details that they might need when looking back at their email. And so that is something in the works that we'll be adding to that confirmation email, the time and the location, all of those details that a volunteer, if let's say their project leader never reaches out to them, which of course we don't want, but they are able to just look at that email and know all of the details that are needed. Another thing that I am beyond pumped for is that we are working on an archive button. So this is in regards to the admin portal. So for many of you, you've done this a couple years from on the website and you still have 2023, 2024, and all of the projects that are with that. And so we are working on being able to archive those events. And then all of those projects are just hidden on your admin portal. That's huge to just be able to not have to look through all of them. So we're working on an archive function for the events. It won't be for specific projects, just because we're assuming that a project is within a folder of an event. If that seems like it might be a problem for you, then just let me know, and John and I might be able to work something out. But assuming every project is within an event, then it shouldn't. Another thing is kind of just like the export function. So this is in regards to when you're trying to export not just your volunteer list, but let's say you want to export something based on the affiliation or based on age or based on, gender or all of those things. We are working on being able to just add more variations to the export to give you a more detailed export on your list of volunteers. So that's in the works. And then our email settings, and I'll talk email and text kind of in the same bucket here. So when we started this, it was never to compete with Constant Contact or MailChimp or easy texting or anything like that. It was trying to be the best simple version of email and text. But along with that, we know that we have room to grow in both of those features. And so, number one, we hear you in that. And number two, we're working on that. So the specific email settings that John is working on is being able to be a little more specific on the email logs to really see deliverables, to see potentially we're hoping to be able to do like open rates, those types of details when it comes to email settings. There's a few caveats to this and making sure it all works, but that is something that John is working on to just try to make it better for all of us. And then when it comes to our texting, that is something, it's hard to have a solid texting option without using a third party. And so what John is working on in the next several months is actually using more of a third party texting option that will allow for more consistent deliveries. And so it's just one of those tech things that I mean, I'm in the background kind of like, okay, here we go. But John is working on that and trying to make sure we've got those moving forward. So those, I know I spit a lot at you just now, but those are things that here we've updated / are in the works on. Are there any questions about those things right now? I'm excited. I'm pumped about just the changes and the updates. But I'll stop talking for a second to see if you guys have anything. Wow. Okay. I'll take it.
I'll say this, like with emails and texts, that, yeah, I think for smaller cities or cities that don't have a lot of contacts, I think that works. Well, I don't know if texting works as well. I guess, yeah, they both work. But, again, we don't have millions of dollars. We're not constant contact, But what I do is, and I've been doing it for really from the beginning, is just exporting the contacts we have. It's easy to download them. And I just throw them in constant contact. And then I get all the data, I get all the reports, I get everything. Yeah, you got to pay a little bit for it. I get that. Even with easytexting.com, I mean, it's amazing. Like, I just throw my numbers in there, and you guys got a text here at 7:50 this morning. Took me 2 seconds to send it off to you, and immediately it goes there. And so I don't know. I think working with a third party, I mean, we need to have something, because I know some cities just can't afford it and I just can't do more, and that's fine. So we can have something. But if you really want to go, to be even to the next level, and the third party option, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things that we're we're trying to be the best that we can be, but also realizing we aren't that. And so doing the best with what we have and trying to offer the best. And so while also facing reality sometimes, which I think is wise. Um,
So best third-party options. I know Gina, you just said Boom Boom or Bomb Bomb, Boom Boom, Bomb Bomb for email. We use Constant Contact. I know
I use MailChimp.
MailChimp. So those are three that I hear really the most about email. Anybody hear any other third-party email marketing companies? For text marketing, which by the way, texting is 100% open rate. I mean, texting is where you want to go. You can't send too many texts out though, once a month at max. I mean, because you don't want to bomb people that way. But easytexting.com, the letter E, the letter Z, and texting.com is what I've been using for years. I don't know if it's the cheapest. I don't know if it's the best, but I know it's been working for us well. Any other third-party texting options do you guys know about? Okay. Well, if you find any that are good, well, let's share it with each other. Let's learn from each other on this.
Yeah. So my last thought on website is just, so I know I have made video tutorials and hopefully you've watched them. Hopefully they've been helpful. But I'd love to know if there's anything missing. Just as we move into the new year, and just say, hey, like it does not take me very long to do a tutorial. And so if there is something that you want me to be more specific on, or just in general, something that's missing from the tutorials, please let me know, because that, I think those are key for making it easier for you guys, and making sure that, as I'm working with all of you, I'm able in a simple way be like, hey, have you watched this video? And then you can watch it. and it makes it really easy. And so let me know if Gina, I see your hand. So
I just have a question. If you could remind us where we find those.
yes. So they are on our YouTube page. They are also on our resource page. Let me type that in here. I'm going to share my screen. So on your resource page, so docs.loveourcities.org, or you can go find this through Love Our Cities resource page. So down in the bottom, there is the website reference and then a link directly to the website tutorials here. So this links to our YouTube and website tutorials. There it is. And I try to add in if there's anything that I feel is missing. But sometimes I don't know, just because I don't have fresh eyes anymore. And so your eyes are key here. So those are my website updates. I know it's a lot of information, but going into the new year, I wanted to be able to share that with you guys, both in just excitement, but honestly, just to really reiterate, John and I are working behind the scenes really, really quite hard in making sure we give you guys the best thing possible. So that is our website updates. Jeff, do you or me, want to walk through the app or talk about that? I wasn't sure which one of us wants to do that. You're muted.
Let me start off, and then I'll have you definitely fill in any blanks here.
Perfect.
So October 1, that was what, 3 months ago or whatever. We did a soft launch of Volunteer Central, which Volunteer Central it's finding ways to volunteer and getting involved in your community year round. So the citywide volunteer day is your 1 or 2 or, you know, whatever, how many days a year, your big events. Volunteer Central is the complement to that. It's the ongoing, because, you know, volunteerism and bettering our community doesn't just all happen in one day, but it can be a great way to start. So over the years, we've been asked, you guys have been asked about this, and just even city officials and leaders, man, I wish we had something that you made it fun and easy for people to sign up for the one day a year. Can you do the same all year round? So that's where Volunteer Central comes in. So John and Danielle and I have been working really hard on this for a number of years now, and now we're ready. And so October 1st, we did a soft launch here in my town, in my area, Stanislaus County, and so far we've had over 7,000 website views of the app. We put signs up around town. We did a little bit of, it was during political season, so it wasn't a lot of competition out there. So that's why we called it a soft launch. We have over 700 downloads of the app that have happened. And we've had, I think, 115 plus people that have signed up to volunteer. So we got a good sample size. We got the thing off the ground, and we worked through some kinks and things, and we still got some things we're trying to refine and make better here. But we're ready, I think, to go forward to inviting other cities to join this. But we're going to do it just patiently, you know, throughout the year. And Jay and Fullerton will be the next city that will, I still say pilot, because I don't feel like we're going to advertise this on our website yet. But we do want to have little by little more and more cities get on board, because we're going to learn more from you guys too. And this thing it's a constant work in progress, just like our website. We're going to be constantly refining and trying to make it better and getting your suggestions. But if you haven't done this yet, if you go to your app store on your phone right now, just type in Volunteer Central, and you'll see the heart and the hand. Download the app, and you'll be able to choose Modesto maybe as the city, and you'll see how it'll work in the future. You'll be choosing your city or whatever city is up there. But right now, if you choose Modesto, you'll see an active app, Volunteer Central app. And you'll see projects, you'll see organizations, you'll be able to sign up, and the leaderboard, rewards. I mean, the whole thing is there. And so we've got a template, in place for you, for your city. We've got documents and social media, graphics, and I mean, just things that a whole toolkit that we're getting together. So it should be an easy handoff for you to just keep running with, just like I did with the Volunteer Day. Kind of have a plug and play for that. We'll have a plug and play for Volunteer Central as well. So yeah, that's a quick overview, and then it's this year. We told you it was going to happen. It's going to happen. So if you're a city, if you're really interested in this and being one of those few cities this year, and then maybe by 2026 we'll just unload the thing and really go for it. But if you're really interested in adding this to your offerings to your city, let Danielle and I know, and we'll put your city on the list.
Your name in the hat.
Yes, in the hat.
Yep. Yeah, we're super excited about the app and just the positive response that we've seen in Stanislaus County, and hoping, and I mean, I think it will for sure. We'll be able to see that growth in other cities as we add you on. And so I wanted to just take a second, share my screen a little bit more, and kind of just show you guys a very quick overview, but kind of just in addition to what Jeff said. So if you've not downloaded the app, this is what it looks like as far as you log on, or right now I'm a guest on here, but it just kind of shows, hey, here's recommended for you. Here's things based on your interests. When you log into your account or create an account, you can add interests on your app, volunteer opportunities, the organizations. Let's say you're just really interested in an organization and want to just see, hey, do they have any projects going on? You can see they do, and that's really awesome. And so you're able to sign up for those directly on or through the app. And just to clarify, so when you, assuming you use the same email that you have created an account through your city's website, they sync together. And so you're able to see the projects that you're signed up for, whether you signed up through the website or on the app, they will sync together on your profile. And so it's just really awesome. But as far as you guys go, just an example of, if when you have the app, it's all still through your admin portal. So this is just an added tab that we would do, or add to your site, and you can manage your organizations, your organization applications, and the opportunities. And so it's just really clean way of being able to look through your volunteer day projects or your volunteer central projects. And so being able to add and make edits to those things is just really clean way to do it. And then lastly, what Jeff was talking about, and something we learned, we learned with the website is, the tutorials came after we launched the website and those things. And so trying to be ahead of the game in that, and realizing, okay, how can we make this the easiest handoff to you guys when it comes to signing up for the app, or adding that to your city. And so we've actually created guides for you, and we are these are like 99% done. And so making sure that when you say, hey, I want the app, then we're able to say, great, here is here's your guide to make this as functional and as great as possible for your city. And so we've already added and created tutorials for the app, and how that works with the admin side, and just being able to again just hand off a really well done product to you guys, and learning from how we launched the website, and worked backwards on those tutorials and guides, and now we're like, oh, let's do that first. And being able to again just hand it off to you in the best way possible. And so I'm really looking forward to this year, and being able to add cities, and again just make things as best as possible for you guys. So that is just kind of the overview of our app now. I know Jeff and I just really wanted to kind of get you guys excited, cast some vision into this year, but also say like, hey, we're really pumped about these deliverables, with the website and the app, and what's to come, and how we can continue to love our cities. So Jeff, do you have any final thoughts?
I think that's good. Yeah, bottom line is we're just here to serve you guys. We just want to be, you're already doing a lot of great things, and we just want to be a value add to what you're already doing, and making it your signups for your volunteer day, making that the best possible, getting behind what you're doing, but also, engaging your community year round. And I believe this Volunteer Central, I just really think we're going to be as well known for that than we are the Volunteer Day. I think on our communities, because that's year round, that's 364 days a year. We're talking Volunteer Central, and I think it's your nonprofits and those that you're serving will be so blessed. Will be saying thank you, because they don't have a platform like you have. They don't have near the followers and near, the amount of, to get the word out is hard for them. And so for us to champion those nonprofits in the trenches, I mean, they love us for that. I mean, we're giving them all the volunteers they need for a day. Now we're trying to give them all the volunteers they need year round. And what happens when people volunteer for organizations, a lot of them start funding and giving to that organization. So we just want to be that neutral convener in our communities, and yeah, just trying to celebrate and champion all those that are doing good, and And just kind of, you know, us all, we're kind of that organization that just leads the way. We're the leaders in our community. We know more people in the education realm and the business realm and the church realm and, you know, the nonprofit realm. I mean, that's how we're positioned in our community. And I think COVID really proved that out when cities started looking to us, you know, for help. And so blessings to you all. And I hope that, man, this is going to be a great year. I'm so excited for this year too, and how we're going to grow and evolve and make a bigger difference this year. So excited to do it with you all.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, or I mean, it's 8:44, so we don't want to take up more of your time, but if you have questions or comments, you can stay on, hang out, or have a great week. We'll see you next month.
See y'all.